Hey Capricorns, let us get to your March 2020. Maybe it's 2021. I don't even know. But let us get to your March message. This tends to be your personal growth and your spiritual growth that you need for the month because I help those who are ready to transform their life and manifest their dreams. So, Capricorn, let's see, what is it that you need to hear? What is your next spiritual growth? Ooh, wow, Capricorn, I could already tell you a lesson that you're learning, that you're wrapping up Capricorn, is like when to walk away, when to let go. Because sometimes what happens in the beginning of something, whether it be a relationship or work environment, you can already tell from like the interview, oh, that guy's very pushy. So why not right then, especially if you don't have a financial immediate rush, right then say, hey, I got to ask you, is that the normal way that you speak to your employees? I could already tell you this isn't a good fit right now. Goodbye. It's like learning to, in the moment when somebody says something, if you disagree with it, to clarify it right then and there. Hey, when you say you're not ready for babies, you're 100%, you do not want to have another child. Okay, well, I can tell you that I'm definitely looking to partner with someone right now who does want children. So it's learning to kind of end things a little bit quicker, a little bit sooner, because you have yourself in a little bit of a situation right now where there's an imbalance of emotions and there's like some confusion. So the imbalance of emotion is essentially coming because Capricorns, you've even a little bit of people pleasing, a little bit of putting, let me take care of them first, and then they could take care of me, codependent anyone. And if this is something that you guys are ready to transform, I can show you how to solve that problem very quickly on a phone call. I'll put a link in the comments to book a breakthrough call with me. Apply for one. If I think I can help you, I'll get on a call with you. Be a little patient though as I'm making these videos. I wasn't prepared to, so you might have to wait a little bit for me to get the link there for those of you who watch this video right when it gets posted. But that's what's causing the little bit of confusion, the little bit of like, not drain, but the little bit of like sadness, a little bit of solemn in your life, the little bit of, wow, well, that was a whirlwind of an adventure. It's because in the moment you weren't clarifying. You weren't, hey, that's not something that would be okay with me. So there's a little bit of scarcity mindset going on for you. And it's, okay, so it's recognizing that you're not disenchanted with life. There's a little bit of thinking. So in manifesting, when you're manifesting, you're starting here, and then there's the journey of getting ready to begin ready to begin ready to begin ready to be here, the end manifestation, right? You've been saving up and saving up and saving up, working on your credit score to buy a house. This can be fun and exhilarating. Once you get the house, you have an emotional high for a while, but then after a couple months, it's not as exciting as it used to be. So that's because you're ready to manifest new Capricorn. You just don't know like where to get started. So there's cleanup of an old situation of your life. It may or may not come back around for those of you who it was like a love relationship or like an old job offer. It's more about the wake-up call for you. It's about putting your energy, your thoughts, and effort where you feel inspired. So if you're dating someone new, it's not about running over to their house every time they call. Oh yeah, I gotta, like that's how they know you like you, when you like pick up their phone call right away. No, if you have a client call in like 20 minutes and you know that it will kind of offset your balance, you don't take the phone call, you prioritize you and call them afterwards. Okay, so those are those cards. 8 of Wands reversed, 6 of Cups upright, 9 of Wands reversed. So it's wrapping up that you've hit an end goal of yours. So let's use the example of starting a business, right? In the beginning, it's fun, it's frolic. Same thing as a new love relationship. It's fun, it's exciting, it's exhilarating. You're learning new, you're learning new, you're learning new, but there hits a point where you're, oh wait, I've got this. I know how to run my business. I know how to get clients. I know how to service them. So that area of your life isn't as fun and as exhilarating as it used to be. Recognize that it's just because that manifestation has kind of hit completion. You may want more business growth, but now you already know how to do it. So it's kind of like a duh, no big deal. It's not the same fun and exhilaration. So it's really kind of time to point your focus in an entirely new manifestation. It's not about, because this is why the cards are reversed. It's not about efforting to try to make that current manifestation work, to try to make that current manifestation like, I'm manifesting how to be as excited as my business as I used to be in the very beginning. No, it's about recognizing you've hit a completion point, and now it's time to either explore a new way to do business, or it's time to start manifesting love, or it's time to start manifesting a vacation. It's either time to start manifesting something new, or it's time to recognize that that area of your life has just kind of hit a peaceful state of homeostasis, and it's not going to bring you as much enjoyment as it used to. So you don't need to overhaul your life. You don't need to overhaul your business. You don't need to overhaul your relationship. You just need to recognize that it's hit a state of safe stability, maintain it, and now manifest something new. Yeah, let's get there. Yeah. Okay. So for those of you who did have like a disappointing love relationship thing kind of happen, it's about recognizing that allow yourself to be disappointed and feel passion for the person still, because many people can make the mistake of assuming that it's one emotion you feel about a topic. He's either an asshole or he's either the best thing that happened on this planet. You can like him and not like him. You can like a lot of things about him and not like a few things about him. You can like that the relationship is over and also miss parts of it. It's kind of opening up to the complexity of emotions and allowing yourself to have a deeper, more enriched way of living life. And that's definitely something I can help you with on a breakthrough call. So if that resonates with you guys, you'll want to apply for one. I can't help everyone. There's not enough time to help everyone who would book one. So if you apply, if I think I can help you, I'll reach out to you. But you're going to have dueling emotions on this topic, and you have to not put yourself in this place of it was a yes, it was a no. You have to allow yourself to, I feel multiple things on this topic. And that's one thing that kind of was like a hidden block that prevents people from growing sometimes. It's when they have to here's a better example. Let's say dating, guys. There's boundaries, there's preferences. If there's ever someone who like crosses a line, you don't shame them. You just say, hey, whoa, I don't know what you're used to in relationships. That's definitely a no for me. That's not something that's acceptable, right? But there's also learning the preferences stage. And that's where you have like three gorgeous people in front of you. You're physically attracted to them. There's emotional compatibility. They're all financially stable, right? You could see how if you have those three options, you might have a preference for someone, right? Say one guy is like a stock trader investor. Another one's a doctor. Another one is an engineer. One of those types is going to like just excite you a little bit more. So it's about allowing yourself to recognize that it's okay to go towards preferences, compatibility. It's okay for you to like something and feel passionate about it and also know it's not for you. Kind of like buying a house, right? If you need a 3-bedroom house because of your kids and work, then a 2-bedroom house is incompatible. You can't try to make that 2-bedroom house. How do I be happy with this 2-bedroom house? It's like, no, you like it and appreciate it because it's the house that's housing you right now. And you don't like that it's not big enough. Universe, get me to a house that's big enough. If you, whatever you're going through, if you can allow yourself to be in that emotional state where you're just opening up to all of them and being willing to manifest the new, that's what's going to help you. In terms of the situation that didn't work out for you, that you're feeling the disappointment about, it's recognizing that it's like the Queen of Swords reversed, and it's because, Capricorn, your lesson was that there was a lack of clarity. There was a lack of when the person was saying, hey, if I'm going to be in a relationship, I like, this is what it needs to be like. You in the moment didn't speak up and say, hey, I can understand if that's a boundary of yours, I can understand that and respect that, but that won't work for me. So it was kind of like someone spoke up and said, hey, this is what I want. I almost want to give you guys a really funny personal example. Don't make fun of me too much. It's a little personal. I was hanging out with someone and it was an off-grid house, so there wasn't really running water in there. During summer, it's fine. You kind of just go outside in the bushes, He did take care of number two in a different way. But number one, there was no solution for it. And he was a guy, so it wasn't as big of a deal for him. During spring, summer, when the weather was warm, it was okay. But when winter came, then I had to like pee inside, right? He had a preference for if you're gonna go to the bathroom, go downstairs. The downstairs was so cold. I, at the time, was the Queen of Swords. I didn't speak up and say, hey, it's absolutely okay for you to want me to pee downstairs. This is so embarrassing. It's okay for you to want me to pee downstairs, but that doesn't feel very comfortable to me. It's too cold. Your dogs come up to me, they're licking my face as I'm just trying to go to the bathroom. It's not that comfortable for me. So if that's still something super important to you, then just know that I may not spend the night during winter, right? I didn't do that. That's this Queen of Swords reversed. You guys got to speak up in the moment. Like, hey, that's okay for you if that's your preference. I gave it a try. It's not working for me. Is there a different way that we can help me pee here that's more comfortable? That way you guys are cleaning things up in the moment instead of getting yourself in situations where you're 2, 3, 4 months, years down the line of, well, you don't care about my comfort. You made me pee downstairs. No, Capricorns, you didn't clarify in the moment of, if that's a boundary of yours, then I'm just not going to spend the night, right? Instead, y'all are just, okay, that's what he wants, and I'm just not going to spend the night. And I was guilty of that. The whole lesson is to, if that's your preference, this is how that will impact me. So here's what I would do. So that way you guys actually have the opportunity for two people to come together to have a productive dialogue about it. Oh, I could see why that's cold for you. That's this, that's that. Are they willing to try to find a way for both of you to feel comfortable? Or they take it or leave it, then you have your answer. But you have to be willing to, hey, if that's what you want, I could see that and I will respect that. But just know that that means that I won't be coming around more often because I really value feeling comfortable. You got to give people those opportunities to find the workable solution, right? Not just like, okay, they said their piece, fine, if that's what they want, I'm backing off. Ooh, that's your lesson, Capricorn. That's a big one. Give me some comments below for the people who got that, because if you got that and understood that, you're pretty far and pretty advanced on your spiritual growth and journey. Okay, Capricorns, there's a little bit more that wants to come out for you. Okay, so some of it is there's just a little bit of a Capricorn. You might be happy, you might have a good life, but you're not feeling that like eager anticipation for something new coming in. You're just not feeling that playfulness, that funness, that happiness. And it's because you're not doing long-term planning. You got the Two of Wands reversed. So you're not doing that long-term planning. You're not even allowing yourself to play in a world of possibilities of, okay, if I had $1 million in my bank account, what would I do right now? Would I be traveling? Would I be building out a campsite? Would I be starting a business? Would I be buying a new car? You're not even allowing yourself to play in that possibility of what you want your future to look like. Guys, that is like the quickest way to stall out. Okay. So you've got to be willing to just start building up a little momentum for thinking about the new Capricorn of like, okay, when my daughters graduate, what will I be doing, right? Because it's better if they're like 12, 14 to think about some things that you might do when they graduate and move out instead of they move out and then you have that empty nest feeling. If you at least kind of start thinking about it beforehand, then you could start putting a little energy and effort there so that when they leave, it's in your life right away and you're picking up on it. I hope that made sense for you guys. Feel free to comment below if you got any questions or comments on that topic. But know that you got the Star upright followed by the Three of Swords reversed. So there's something going on in your life that you're a little sad about. Maybe it's, I bought this apartment and it's harder to clean up than I thought it was. Or for some of you, it's definitely a little bit of a love situation. It's knowing that like there's still a lot of hope. All that's missing is you don't have that next goal, that next manifestation. So be in a place of playing with the possibilities of things to manifest next. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being at a stage of I'm manifesting ideas. I'm I'm at a place of discovering what I want to do next. So, universe, start showing me some new manifestations I could have. Start showing me manifestations that feel a little, go very general, that feel creative, that feel uplifting, that feel like I'm moving towards a good feeling thought. That just when I do this activity that I'm going to do, this next project, I want to smile. I want to do it in a way where it's contributing to others beneficially. Or maybe I just want the quickest, shortest, fastest, easiest way to another $25,000. Can you be willing to be the Queen of Swords upright, admit what you want? Sometimes you might be at a stage of manifesting the idea for what you want next, in which case you'll get like, you could do this, you could do this, you could do this. You keep refining. I like this and I want to add this to it. I like this and I want it a little bit more differently like this. I hope that makes sense for you guys. See what comes in and add to it. Universe, thank you for that. I liked this and this and this about it. And I'd like to experience where it also feels a little exhilarating. Or I'd like a little less exhilaration and I'd like to feel more content. This is really like about a month of you kind of refining your personality, your personal preferences. Okay, and like, well, all right, let's pull some clarifying cards for your sadness. For the people who are feeling sadness, it's very likely some sort of a relationship that didn't work out. Because you got the Knight of Cups reversed, you got the Hermit upright, and you got the Five of Swords upright. So it's just knowing, Capricorn, that you kind of let the argument drag on longer than it should have. You let things go unclarified. So, and think about it from the example I said earlier, the other person was like, okay, she peed downstairs, all is fine. I never really voiced anything until like a month or two later with like, no, I'm not effing peeing down there. And then I just stopped going over, right? That wasn't me giving the conversation a fair opportunity. So there was kind of like a lingering feeling of a fight or of tension. And obviously every situation is going to be different. I could tell you in my situation, it's because I didn't speak up and say something sooner. But it's just recognized for this sadness, there's a little bit of, yeah, the relationship didn't go the way I thought it would. It didn't work out the way I thought it would. Admitting that I do just need some time to myself. I just need to heal. I just need to like be a hermit and kind of, I've been putting so much time, focus, and energy into that thing that I just need to focus on me for a little bit. And know like arguments in the future can be avoided so much quicker if you're willing to be the Queen of Swords upright in the moment and stating, like, whoa, is that how you treat employees all the time? Oh, is that what I could expect if I were to date you? Okay, well, that wouldn't work for me. Can we find a workable solution now? It's finding that stuff out sooner rather than later and voicing it, not oh, he said that. Well, let's see how it goes. So that would look like, okay, I can see why you'd want me to pee downstairs. It's kind of really cold down there. Your dogs are down there. So I'll give it a try a couple times, but can we revisit it after that? Right? If the person has a staunch no, it's that or leave, then tell them like, okay, well, I tried it a few times. It didn't work for me. Are you still at the same stance on that? If they say yes, you've got your answer, you leave. If they say, okay, well, what's uncomfortable about it? Okay, what if I do this? You got to be willing to have those. And that's your big lesson this month, Capricorn. And for someone else, you know who you are. If your husband bought an apartment building and was fixing it up, you might have to say, hey, it's your project. Do with it as you want. But I have a need for this project to be wrapped up within 5 months. All the logistical, all the practical stuff need to be wrapped up. So the only thing we might be waiting on is like paperwork from the city or for the government, the bureaucracy. But I need for this project to be wrapped up in 5 months. Like, you may not have to be as firm as 5 months, but like, hey, babe, this is like, how can we start wrapping this project up? Like, start voicing that stuff now, Capricorn. All right, that's y'all's lessons. If you guys are ready for a breakthrough, if you need help brainstorming into what it is you want to do in the future, if you need help getting unstuck, apply for a breakthrough session and we'll see how I can help you. Bye, guys.